Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use my brand new twist lock and flip lock template. I am so excited about this. I can't wait to show you how it works. I think it's going to solve some of your problems as well as mine. So when you're looking at twist locks and flip locks, the dreaded part, the part that's hard for everybody, it's not this right here. It's not this piece that has a couple of prongs and a washer. It's this one right here or this one. It's that part where I have to cut a hole in something I just finished. It's nerve-wracking. I understand. I've been doing it long enough that it doesn't bother me too much, but there is always that chance that I might cut it wrong, mark it wrong. I don't want to do that. And especially if I'm in class and I'm teaching and maybe I'm demoing on someone's piece, I want to make sure I get it perfect as well. So when you're doing these, again, you have your piece right here that has a washer and it's super easy to mark. And we only have to make two little markings and two little tiny cuts. But you are going to finish an entire flap or the outside of your bag or wherever you're putting this, and then you're going to mark and cut a hole. So how do you do that to make sure it's accurate and perfect every single time? This template right here. I'm going to show you how it works. So I'm going to keep my samples nearby just in case. But the first thing that we're going to do is look at these two guides right here. Now these right here are based off of the backs, because if you've ever taken a class with me or watched any of my videos, the back is how I do my measurements. It's how I do all of my markings. Why is that? Well, because on the front side right here, you can see there's a ridge and there's also these two little parts for these screws. It's really hard to mark in these. And if I marked inside of this, it would be smaller than I needed it to be. Also, I can't mark the screw holes. And it's important with this type of hardware that you mark the screw hole. So with this, the reason I've given you the placement guide here is because maybe you've bought hardware and you can't remember where it came from. Maybe you bought hardware and it wasn't from me. I understand, it happens. We're all bag makers and we love to collect, right? So this is going to help you to make sure that everything is lined up here and you're cutting and marking the correct one. So when I look here, this has my outside, my center oval, and my two little screw holes, as well as the flip lock right over here. So now that I know that I have the right guide, now I know how to use that. I'm going to go down here to this part. This has a center line going both vertically and horizontally. There's my twist lock and there's my flip lock. Because let's do this kind of the old-fashioned way. I have my piece right here. I have my flap, and I'm going to find my center on my flap, and then I'm going to take my back right here. I'm going to line this up and I'm going to draw inside of this. And what I always tell you to do is draw inside the oval and also mark the screw holes. Well, now I have basically this drawn on the back. I have this oval in the center and these two holes. But how do I connect those and how do I cut those? Well, what I normally do is just kind of draw around. I tell you it looks like a football or like the shape of an eye, but that can be a little uncomfortable and maybe I don't want to make a mistake. So what I'm going to do instead is, instead of drawing and tracing it with this, I'm going to use this right here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is find my center, and I'm just going to use a pin. So just like I would normally do, it starts out exactly the same. My flap is all finished. It's all top stitch, and I'm finding the center down at the bottom because that's where my hardware goes. And that's the most important part, is that I'm marking. I don't want to mark the center up here. That's not what's going to help me. I want to mark the center down here. So I'm going to be putting a twist lock into this one. So I'm going to take my template right here. This distance at the bottom is 1/4 of an inch, which is perfect. I like my twist locks and my flip locks close to the edge, but obviously I don't want them hanging off the edge. And I don't want to go through my top stitching. If I cut through my top stitching, there is a chance that it's going to unravel, and I don't want that to happen. So if I marked it right here, I'm not cutting through anything, so it's perfect. So what I'm going to do is take my chalk pencil, and I've got this lined up in the center. I'm lined up right at the bottom here, and I'm just going to mark. Hopefully you can see that on camera, and you know what? Just in case, I'm going to mark it with a pen instead. I think that's going to work out better. So now I have the perfect size opening. I can take my scissors and cut this opening and it will fit perfectly. So for the cutting part, okay, this is always a thing that really terrifies everybody. We've got our markings done. Now it's time to do the cutting, but how do I do it and make sure that I don't panic? Well, I'm telling you right now, take a deep breath. It's not that bad. Sharp scissors. That's going to be your #1 tool to make this go nice and easy. You see that I have nice sharp to the point scissors, and you want to make sure they cut all the way to the point. This is going to be going through a few layers, and you want to make sure it's as smooth as possible. If you're using scissors that don't have a sharp point or that aren't super sharp to begin with, and they're not cutting well, that's going to give you some problems. It's going to fray, and it's just going to be a pain in your neck. So what I'm going to do is just fold this, just kind of clip through here, and I'm going to put my scissors, let me get them perfect for you. I'm putting my scissors right on the outside of that line. When I'm done, I don't want to see any pen marks. So I'm just going to cut right around. So just like that, clean up any little loose threads. Sometimes you get a few from the canvas. There we go. And now what I'm going to do to test it, I'm not gluing it in place. I'm not putting it on. I'm not deciding on front and back. I'm going to take this right here. This is my front. So this is what it has to fit around. And I'm going to put this on top, and look how perfect that is. Perfect every single time using the template. So now my flap is completely finished. My twist lock is perfectly lined up. It's exactly where I want it. It's centered. It looks awesome. All thanks to my quick little guide right here. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was fun showing you how to use my brand new template. If you would like to purchase one, you can find them on my website on the templates page. It is available in a few different colors. Templates are made to order, so they are taking anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. I try to get them done quicker, so they're usually shipping even quicker than that, but I just like to put that on there, especially when we release something new, we get a little bit backed up. But if you have any questions, please let me know. Leave them in the comments. Let me know if there's any other templates you'd like me to demo or any other templates you'd like me to work on. I'd love to hear your ideas. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. You can also click the subscribe button and the little notification bell to see when I upload. Thanks and have a great day.